whose name? With a heavy heart, I prayed today. I'm a priest and I shouldn't stray away. I prayed for a woman named Jessica. I think she had a sister who lives in America. For the past 5 years, she'd been coming to this church. She was coming in looking for a certain search. She'd been praying for one thing and one thing only. Her marriage was childless. She was so lonely. She prayed to be able to bear a child. Since days of the old, Jessica has never smiled. She came to church faithfully and persistent. She wanted a child to complete her existence. Her womb was severely damaged, so I had to be the giver of words that encouraged. Broken womb after she's been sexually assaulted by 4 men ages ago, say 8 years. It happened only a block away from here. Some things are so bitter, I wonder what to think. My mind, soul, body have lost their sync. She was 16 when this thing occurred. Such a small bird, her dreams and visions are blurred. She got married 3 years after the assault, but she was always afraid of sex by default. She and her husband Collins have been trying for a child ever since. I prayed a lot to God for favor. I had to convince. And last year her prayers were finally answered. At least her life would not be so absurd. Jessica and Collins were extremely happy. She became pregnant. I have never seen anyone so happy in all my life. I was almost jealous, wanted to get myself a wife. But priests are not allowed to. I had to live life of strife. 2 months ago, she gave birth to a baby boy, Albert. Such a beautiful boy he was. I gave out many a toy. But there were complications. The baby wasn't born healthy. There was nothing to do, though the two were really wealthy. Albert fought bravely for 10 long days. It's really so hard to explain this craze, but his lungs and heart were too weak. Him and his feeble body had the last shriek. He died 11 days after his birth. Very few days in this unforgiving earth now. Why did he have to go so soon? He hadn't even watched his first cartoon. Jessica was hit so hard. Really hard, I tell. This isn't what she wanted. Such a quick farewell. She came back to this church only once after she left the hospital. She had had a massive blow, so great, so capital. She brought with her a single question. Why? I had prayed with her for so long, but this didn't apply. I saw it in her eyes. There was no belief anymore. Her faith had died with her son. She can never face a restore. How can a woman face so much problem and still a believer? How can one in Christ be a great achiever? I try to connect the dots, but this pain is facing an increase. How can I give hope to her, I being a priest? Today, alone. She took her own life inside this church. I found the body hanging from the big crucifix. I've never seen anything as such. I now fear for Colin's sanity. Why does the Bible call this vanity? And though my faith is indisputable, I can't bring anything that's suitable. But I long to know the answer to Jessica's question. Why, Lord? Why do you give only to take away? Why break this family in such a way? What did they do so that they have this to pay? Why? Why, Lord? How can we understand this? I called out your name for the family in peace, but you pay me back this way. In what name do I use to heal and give hope? How can I come from this to being a pope? In whose name do I cast out demons? In whose name do I believe in? Please tell me. In whose name? Say more. The mouthpiece.